Hello money magnets and master traders, it's your Uncle Charters, and the bears are in full control. And I'm wondering right now if they'll be strong enough to break down the next critical support level and go down and hit that 200 daily moving average. Friday was definitely an awesome trading day. As you guys know, I come up with these levels using Fibonacci levels, using buy and support zones, sell zones, I should say. And it was overall a bearish show to end the week last week. We had a breakout of one of my levels at 671, and I had a target at 672.5, but it came just a few cents shy of hitting that target before we had the false breakout setup, breaking down my 671 level, breaking down my 669 level. This was all alerted in my Discord. I wrote right here. Looks like SPY came a few cents shy of the 672.5 level and broke back below the 671 level. Even if you miss one setup, you always can catch the next setup, which I alerted in my Discord as well. 669 failed as support, putting the lower targets in play. I like to alert my Discord when we see these beautiful setups intraday so that we can get in on a position. And man, oh man, was that move to the downside beautiful, dropping another $9 to $11 to the downside intraday. What a beautiful move. It paid to be bearish last Friday. So now the question is, can we hit that 200 daily moving average? If I scroll to the left, like I said in my last video, it's been a while since we hit that 200 daily moving average. We haven't hit the 200 daily moving average since May of last year, and we are so close to getting it. So in today's video, as usual, I'm going to give you guys my levels and setups to watch out for. I'm not just going to give you the bear case scenario. I want to give you guys the bull case scenario as well, because I believe in being prepared for anything. So I usually start with the bull case scenario, but let's start with the bear case scenario. What level do we need to watch out for this week to go hit that 200 daily moving average? And the level that I'm watching is 661.7. 661.7 is a Fibonacci level. As you guys can see, my 1.786 fib level. And I tell you, if we can break down that level, we're definitely heading down lower to go hit that 200 daily moving average. And I have to say, bulls must step up there, because there is no such thing as a bull market that is below the 200 daily moving average. If there was ever a time for bulls to step up, that is the area at the 200 daily moving average, which it's currently around 658.6. It could change by the time the market opens tomorrow, getting to around the 669 level possibly, but definitely add that moving average to your chart if you don't have it on there. 661.7 is lost. I'm expecting to go retest that moving average, and if that moving average is lost, I have 657.8 as the next fib level, 656, 654, all the way down to 650 as my support levels. But if the bears fail to break down that support level and we start getting a bounce going, I want us to be prepared for that as well, because we can make money in either direction. 663, 664.7 and 666 are the levels that I'm watching as resistant. If we can recapture those levels, then we can get a bounce going to put 669, 671, 672.5, 674 and 675.7 back in play. Now, as far as being bullish goes, 675.7 is a critical level that I'm watching. And if that level gets recaptured, we'll likely go back and retest the 20 daily moving average. And a recapture of that 20 daily moving average will likely put a bottom in. Of course, we have more resistant levels we can watch out for, but a recapture of the 20 daily moving average would be a massive win for the bulls. So let's real quick. We lose 661.7, expect more downside. If we can recapture 664.7 and 666, expect a bounce. Relief bounce, whatever type of bounce it is, but I would expect a bounce to retest some critical levels back to the upside. To go fill the gap from last Wednesday would not be out of the question. So, my friends, be prepared for anything. QQQ also looking bearish as well. And we had some good buying pressure from a certain Fibonacci level multiple times. And that level that I'm watching is at 592. 3 times, maybe a little bit more, but I'm going to say 3 times for this video, that level held as support. But if it's lost tomorrow, I'm expecting a lot more downside incoming. You guys can see based on this structure that there's definitely room to head down lower. So loss of 592, expect more upside. If it is a time for a bounce, 594, 595.7, 600 are the resistant levels I'll be paying most attention to. And if those levels can recapture, we can go hit 603, 605, or 607. Putting those levels back in play. I'd be bullish above 603 because that would be a breakout of this downtrend line. And looks like the 50 DMA, the 50 daily moving average, held as resistant and rejected the price down, breaking down that critical 183 level. I gave the bulls the benefit of the doubt if they can hold above that level, and they did not. Resistant selling pressure in this area was just too strong. So as long as below 183, I would stay bearish on NVDA. That is a false breakout setup. Now, bearish follow through would be to break down 179 as well as the 200 daily moving average, which is around 177.3-ish. That 200 daily moving average held twice recently. But I have a feeling if we retest it again, it might not hold. And below the 200 is super, super bearish. Trust no bounds unless 183 and 186 can clear. And then above 186, I would be bullish again on NVDA. Tesla lost its 200 daily moving average. Let's see what happens next. But I will say, as long as below the 200, which is around 393.4-ish, I'm going to remain bearish on Tesla. And if we lose some more support levels, 391, 389, and 387.5, I will be expecting a lot more downside. What the bulls need is a false breakdown setup. That means to recapture some lost levels, starting with that 200 daily moving average. So 393.5 must clear, 395 must clear, and 398 fib level must clear. And then maybe, just maybe, we can get a bounce $6 to $15, anywhere within that range, a $6 to $15 pop back to the upside. That would be sweet. But either way, if it goes down or up, we will trade it. Here is Amazon bear flagging. It recently lost the 200 daily moving average, the 211 fib level. Uncle's messing up today. But it lost that 211 fib level, and I mentioned that if we are below 211, I'm going to remain bearish. We did get a little bit more downside, but it hit the bear flag. And to break down this bear flag, it must get below 207. If that happens, expect more downside for Amazon. I will not trust the bounce unless 211 can recapture. Here is Meta looking bearish to me. You guys can see that we had a buy zone around that 628 level. Buy zone. Buy zone. And then what happened? The buy zone turned into a sell zone. So as long as below 628, I'm overall bearish. We also lost another fib level, which was around 618-ish. That's bearish. And we ran right into the next fib level around 611. So if you want more downside, that's the level that must break down. 611 breakdown, expect more downside. Both got their work cut out for them. 618 and 628 must recapture to truly get a real bounce going. Here is Microsoft. It lost the 20 daily moving average, broke down a fib level, and got back below the 400 level. It's looking bearish. Trust no bounce unless 399 and 401 can recapture. If those levels can recapture, 399 and 401, then maybe we can get a bounce. I'd be fully bullish again above 404.3 and 408. Otherwise, the bears are in control and more downside is likely coming. Apple's looking bearish as well. The last critical level it lost was at 251.4. If we lose the next support level at 250, it's a good chance we go fill the gap. We have a gap around 248ish, 247 area. And I have some more critical support levels around 245 and 243.4. Those are all in play as long as Apple can hold the breakdown and stay below 251.5. Otherwise, if we do get a bounce, we need that false breakdown setup, and recapturing 251.5 would be the start the bulls need. Here is IWM also looking bearish. If next supports at 246.5 and 245 fails, we're likely getting at least another $5 to $8 drop back to the downside. I'll trust no bounce unless 246.5, 248, and 250 can recapture. Here is the VIX. Still seeing some buying pressure. I'm not seeing any signs of bearishness just yet. Could it be bearish this week? Absolutely. But it's not looking like the case. And as long as the VIX stays bullish, the SPY could remain bearish. If there is bullish follow through, 28 and 30 must clear. But if there is bearish follow through, a bearish takeover, reversal, support at 26, 24.6, and 23 must fail. And before I let you guys go, take a look at this DarkPool level. 662.24, 662.23, 662.22, all within a few cents of each other. And all their premiums are above 2 billion. Got 2.4 billion, 2.1 billion, 2.4 billion again. That's a lot. The big money players are getting busy, which means I'm expecting a big move incoming this week. Could this have been buying? Could this have been selling? Guess what? It's both. It's both. So we have to use these levels like they're support resistant levels. So let's put it simple. Above 662.2, we are bullish. Possible chance for a bounce. And below 662.2, remain bearish. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this helpful. If you want more content from Uncle Charters, get more in-depth help throughout the day, join Uncle's Discord. Peace.